Hey, it's Gina from Crochet. I've been asked if I can do a tutorial on my super chunky hat, so here goes. So for this tutorial, I'm using the Rico Essentials Super Neon Super Chunky. I'm using it in green, pink and orange. And I'm using a Clover & More hook size number 9. Now it does say on here to use a 10, but actually I find that a 9 is good enough for this yarn. So that's what I'm going to use. So the Rico Essential Super Neon and the Clover & More 9mm hook. I was meant to say that if you're in the UK, you can find this yarn at froggetcrochet.co.uk. But let's start. So to start with, we're going to make a magic ring. So I laid the yarn over my fingers, wrap it around the two top ones, turn my hand over, make a cross, and then trap that with my other finger. Then I get my hook and I go under the first bit, over the second bit, and I hook the second bit out, and I just sort of do a little bit of a twist, and then I yarn over and pull through one. It's like my chain. There we go, that is the magic ring. Okay, so then we're going to chain 2, so we're just going to pull the yarn through the loop like that. We've already got one from the magic ring, and then we've just done one. Then we're going to do some double crochets. Now I use American terms, so in UK terms this will be a treble, I believe, but I'm using American, so it's a double. So you yarn over, you put it through the ring, you yarn over, you pull it back through the ring. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Then you yarn over and you pull through 2, and then you yarn over and pull through 2. So again, so I'll do one more like that. You yarn over, you put it through the magic ring, you yarn over and pull it back through the magic ring. Then you should have 3 loops on your hook. You yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So that is my chain and 2 double crochets. If you still need to practice that, I suggest you pause the video until you can do that. Otherwise I'm going to carry on. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you should have 7 doubles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and your chain 2. Then you are going to pull the tail on your magic ring to make your loop tighter. Don't cut that off, whatever you do, because we need to darn it in a certain way, otherwise it will come undone. Then you are going to slip stitch into the second chain. So that was our first, this is our second. So we're going to slip stitch into that chain. So you're just going to put your hook in there, then you're going to yarn over and pull it through, and then you're going to pull that first loop through the second loop, and that is a slip stitch. Okay, so then now we're on round 2. So you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then you are going to do a double crochet in the same stitch. So that's just in there. And then what you're going to do is a double crochet, you're going to do an increase, so you're going to do 2 double crochets into the next stitch. That is an increase. So 1, 2, 1, 2. And you're just going to do that all the way around. It's called an increase in every stitch. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now what I suggest you do now, and I really strongly suggest you do it, is count how many stitches you've got. Don't forget to include your chain 2. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that is the correct amount because we started with 8. So if you do 2 in each stitch, that will be 16. Then you're going to slip stitch into the chain again, the second chain, like that. And now what you're going to do for round 3 is you're going to chain 2 and you're going to double crochet into the same stitch we are going to do a double crochet into the next stitch, a double crochet into the next stitch, and then we are going to do an increase, so 2 in the same, and then a double crochet. So the pattern this time is increase, double, increase, double, increase, double. Okay, so increase, double, increase, double. So we're on our increase. Now we've got double, increase, double, increase, double, increase, and a double. That is my machine, so I will pause and I'll be back with you in a second. Sorry about that. Right, now we're at the end anyway, so that was good timing, I guess. What we're going to do is we're going to count how many stitches we have. We should have 24, so including the 2 chains at the start. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Hooray! Right, now, oh, am I going to change colour here? Yeah, let's change colour. So we are still going to slip stitch into that second chain there. So I'm just going to put my hook in there, but I'm not going to pull it through yet because I want to change colour. So I'm going to change to green because it's lovely and contrasting. So all I'm going to do is fold the end of my yarn over like this, and then I've got a loop at the end, you can see, and I'm just going to pop that loop over the top of the hook, and then I'm going to pull that through, and then I'm going to pull that loop through that loop. That's how I'm going to change colour. And then I'm going to put these 2 ends together, and I'm going to have them over this side so that we can crochet over it. But first we need to do our chain 2, so 1, 2, and now we're on round 4, sorry. So round 4 is a chain 2, and then it's a double crochet into this stitch. So there's our double, and then it is an increase. So 2 in the same one. It's a bit hard to see when you are crocheting over, so I do apologise, but it does save a little bit on sewing in ends. So we've got our chain 2, our double, and our increase. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do double, double, increase all the way around. So double, double, increase, and you can just see these 2 ends are just sitting on top of what I'm doing so that I crochet over it. Increase. So then we've got double, double, and we've got a lovely increase. And then we've got a double, double, and an increase. And a double, double, and an increase. Can you hear all the crockery falling off the draining board? The washing machine's obviously on a spin. I'll sort that out in a minute. Then we've got double, double, increase. When Frogget does a video, what happens, okay? Double, double, increase, double, double, increase. Now I'm just going to count my stitches, just because I seem to have too many, not enough, sorry. So bear with me a second. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So actually I've got enough, but I've got this space here. So I'm going to take out this increase, and I'm going to do just a double in that one. And I'm going to do just a double in that one, because I don't want to have too many stitches and I don't want to not have enough. So this is what I'm doing to rectify my problem. Come on, sausage, get in there. Then we are going to do a slip stitch to join. Now we have the right amount of stitches. That's why it's important to count your stitches, because if you haven't got the right amount, you can just edit it, so to speak. Right, now we're on round 5, so we're going to chain 2, and we're going to do a double in the same stitch. That's probably where I went wrong, actually, thinking about it, because yeah, let's do that. We're going to do a double in there. So there you go, that's my increase. And then we've got double, double, double. So 3 doubles, 1, 2, and 3. Then we have an increase, so 2 in the same. And the repeat here is increase and then 3 doubles, so 1, 2, and 3, increase. 1, 2, and 3, and an increase. 1, 2, and 3, and then we've got an increase. So we've got 1, 2, and 3, and then we've got an increase. And we've got 1, 2, and 3, and then we've got another increase. And we've got 1, 2, and 3, and then we've got an increase. I'm going to have a count of my stitches and see how many I've got. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. So we need 3 more to get to 40. So 1, 2, 3 will work fine. We are going to slip stitch into the top of the chain, which is there, and that is the end of round 5. Now we need to chain 2, and we should have 40 now as we go round. So we are going to do a double crochet in every stitch around. Okay, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Now we need to slip stitch, but I want to change colour again, so I'm going to put my hook in there ready to slip stitch like that. I'm going to snip my yarn and I'm going to go over to some orange. So again, I'm just going to fold my yarn in half, hook it over, pull it through, and then pull the first through the second. Give that a little tighten. Then we want to lay these two ends on top so we can crochet over, but first we're going to chain 2, and this is now row 7, so we're going to do the same thing. We are going to just do a double crochet stitch around, so this counts as 2 because of the chain 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. And then again we're going to slip stitch into the second chain. That was round 7. We are now on round 8. Round 8, 9 and 10 are all the same, so if you're happy, please do fast forward. If not, you can just bumble along with me, that's fine. Okay, so this is round 8, so we're going to do, that's 2, 1, 2, because the chain 2 counts, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. end of round 8. So now we are going to slip stitch. We're actually going to do it to the stitch now because I'm getting a bit of a gap there, so I'm just doing it to the stitch. So chain 2, and then round 9 is the same, so double all the way round. So that's 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, so we're on round 9, sorry, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37,
38, 39. Right, I've made a mistake here by going into the top of the stitch, so I'm going to do 2 in that one and 1 in that one. Wasn't a mistake, I decided to do it on purpose, but I missed a stitch here, look. So I've just had to re-add a stitch, that's all. There we go. That is the end of row 9, so we're going to change colour again. We're going back to pink. So we'll snip orange off and we'll put pink back on. So we're going to slip stitch to the second chain. There we go. And we're going to chain 2. And we're going to do our double into the proper stitch this time so that I don't make the mistake again. So that's 1, 2. The thing is though, when you're crocheting, it depends what you're making, but sometimes you can just adjust it, you know, you don't have to restart the whole thing. 3. But that's why you have to count to make sure you've got the right amount of stitches. 4, 5, 6. I'm just crocheting over those ends again so I don't have to sew in. 7,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38,
39 and 40. So this time, look, I did one stitch too many, so we're going to miss one there you go. We're going to slip stitch into there. And before we go any further, I recommend you try this hat on to see if you need any more rows. Let's put it the right way. There you go. Right, so I'm going to try it on and then I'll decide if I need another row or not. So as you can see, mine looks a little bit too short around my ears, so I'm going to do an extra row. I do have 2 more to add, so it will add more, but I need 1 more row, I think. So I'm going to add an extra row, okay? But it'll be exactly the same. It'll be chain 2 and then a double crochet all around. So you should end up with another 40 stitches. So now I'm going to do my chain 2 for my extra rows because I've got a big head. You may not have those, so do make sure you check. And then we're going to do a double in every stitch around again. So 1, 2, sorry, because you count the chain 2. So 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38,
39, 40. Right, now I'm not doing another round. Well, I am doing another round, but I'm not doing another same round, you know what I mean? Right, then we are going to slip stitch into this. I've twisted it here, so it's a bit tricky, but we're going to slip stitch into there. And we're going to do a chain 2, but this is where it all changes just a little bit. I hope this pink is enough for this round, because I'm doing this one and then I'm going back to green, but if not, I do have some more pink. But we are going to do front post, back post for our ribbing. So our front post, you yarn over and you go at the front of the project and you go behind the bar and back out the front, and then you yarn over and pull through. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's your front double crochet, your front post double crochet. Now your back post, so you yarn over and you go to the back side of your work. You go around the post, come out the other side, you yarn over, pull through, and then you yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that was your back post. So then your front post, you yarn over, you go around the front side of your work, you go behind the bar or the post, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then your back post, so you yarn over, you go behind your work and you go in front of your post and out the other side, and then you yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So I'm going to go faster now. So front post, back post, front post, back post. Again, you can slow down or speed up, whatever you need to do. Front post, back post, 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 front post. I hope I get round. I'm seeing how short the yarn's getting, thinking back post, front post, 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 playing a bit of yarn chicken here, back post, front post, Oh, there we go. Right, so look, the front post, and then we are back at the start. So we are going to slip stitch into the second chain. There we go. Whew. We're going to slip stitch into the second chain, but I'm changing colour here. So, oh, look how much I had left. That was quite close for me. And we're going to put green back on. I love the contrastiness of this. Right, then we're going to just like loop over like I did last time. And we're going to finish this slip stitch. And then we are going to put these two bits together so we can crochet over. We are going to chain 2 like that, and then we are going to do on all the front posts, we're going to do another front post, and all the back posts we're going to do another back post. Front post. Crocheting over becomes quite tricky here, so don't worry too much if you don't manage it. We can always just sew in the ends. Back post. See, it looks quite rubbish if you do it, so I won't worry too much. We'll sort that out at the end. Front post, back post.
Front post, back post. Front post, back post.
Make sure you don't go through the stitch. Make sure you go only round the posts. Sometimes I go in and then I end up in a stitch, so I have to come back out.
Front post, back post. Front post, back post. Front post, back post. Front post, back post. Front post, back post.
I do love a bit of front post, back post. I love the texture of it. Well, you'll see when you've done it, but I don't know, I just love it.
Front post, back post. 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 Front post, and back post. Front post, and back post.
And front post. I'm going to tighten that little join there because it's quite loose. There you go, it's better. And then I'm going to slip stitch into that stitch there, and I'm going to cut my yarn, which is actually inside the hat for some reason, and I'm going to knot it. Some people don't knot it, and that's completely your choice, but I like to knot it because then I know it's secure. And then I'm going to go and find a darning needle so you can see my joins, but you know, that's okay, I'm not too fussed about that. It's got a little bit dark all of a sudden, so I've turned the light on a bit. I've turned my hat inside out. Now I'm going to deal with this bit first using my darning needle. I haven't got the best darning needles for super chunky, but never mind. You live with what you've got, don't you? So thread that. Right, now because this magic ring, if this comes undone, the whole hat comes undone. So I am going to follow where it's going at the moment, and I'm going to go under all of these stitches around here, and I'm going to give it a little tighten, and then you'll see I've come out here, but I've got these stitches on top of it. So I'm going to go back under this stitch because that stitch is still there, so it's still secure, and I'm going to go back the other way. This is what I do quite a lot, to be honest. I just go backwards and forwards. There you go. Then I've got this stitches on top, so I'm going to go back the other way through the other stitches again. And then I feel that that is secure enough, so I'm going to pull it tight and cut it off. But do make sure you have tied it, you have woven, whatever the word is, it in enough, because otherwise it may come out. I'm going to cut that end because I think that's okay. I'm just going to cut it a bit there, just so that it, you know, cut that one out. I don't really want it poking out. What I could do, I suppose, is, and if I was doing this for somebody else, I probably would do this. I would thread my needle again, and I'd just go back the other way because it just makes it a little bit more secure. But as I was just doing this for myself, I wasn't particularly bothered. But again, I leave a bit of yarn over the top of it to keep it in place. And just go back the other way like that. Just makes it a little bit more secure. But I'm not too bothered because it's for myself, so. But here we go. Look, if you pull it a little bit and tighten it, don't tighten it too much. Remember to loosen it off before you go back the other way. It just helps to thread it. And then go back the other way like this. There we go. Cut that bit off. Have I got any others? Not that I can see. I have actually. I've got that orange one there now. So I'm tightening it just to be able to thread my needle. Then I've got that one that's over the top anyway, so I'll go back this way, but I'm not going to pull it tight yet because I want to make sure that I can loosen it like that, look, and then I'll cut it off. Sorry about my throat, it's been sore for like the last week. So that's my hat if I turn it the right way, and I've still got these two, but I'm going to take these three, sorry. I'm going to take them behind the project so they're not in front. So I'm going to take that one back here, look. And we're going to go through. I just wrap it through some of it as well, because otherwise the stitches are so far apart, where it's backwards, forwards, or back, front. But I think you know what I meant anyway. And then I'm going to just go leave that post there so it doesn't come back, and just go back through where I've already been. Pull it. Cut that one off. Then we've got the pink to do. So I'm going to thread this. Can't believe how quick it's got so dark. Right, so this is, look, where I've joined it. So I need to be really careful here. So I'm actually going to make a knot. I don't usually, but I am here because I couldn't crochet over it. So I've made a little knot. Some crocheters are very against knots, and that's fine. You can just find your own way. But yeah, let's go through some stitches. I think it's about terrain. I think that's why it's got so dark. Go through there. And then, again, I've got this one on top. So I'm going to go back through where I've just come. There we go. And then I've just got that last one to do. Try not to pull it too tight because it will muck up. Mine's actually okay, so I'm not too worried, but just be aware. And here is your last one. Thread, thread, thread. Nope, that didn't thread. But that's okay. Thread, thread, thread. Yep, come on. Good. Right, now I am going to go through here, and I'm just going to go up some stitches actually here. So I'm going to go through the pink, but because it's on the inside, you shouldn't be able to see it. Come on, sausage. There you go. And then that one's on top, so I'm going to go back the other way. And there we go. And that is your super chunky beanie complete. Oh, I thought I'd missed an end then, but there you go. What do you think? I'll show you what it looks like on. There we go, guys. That is how you make the super chunky beanie in under an hour, actually, I think it was. So yeah, have a great weekend.